The episode link is going to be in the description box down below on Crunchyroll.com. But listen, man. This episode, Hunter x Hunter episode 131, it's so badass. It's extremely badass. What Gon does in this episode is phenomenally badass. When it came to the last part where his arm is ripped off, it's in the sky, he grabs that shit, he brings it down upon Pito's corpse. She's already dead. And then he says it's time to sleep. With his severed arm, he cocks back for the Sai Shogyu. And I forgot about this shit. Alright? I was talking to my boy King Fo on Skype, but I'm like, yo, King Fo, don't spoil me. Because I forgot about some shit. And I forgot about that. Because this dude, severed arm, Sai Shogyu. I was like, bro. When it came to the first Sai Shogyu, he kicks, he straight vertical kicks Neferpitou after she tried to kill him. She does a back assault. No, Gon dodges that shit. Kicks her right to the sky. This dude just cocks back. Sai Shogyu. It was awesome. It was so badass. But at the same time, it was so fucking sad. It was so fucking sad. Because you have Killua. He's hauling ass, trying to get to his boy, trying to get to his mate. And when he finally gets there, all he sees is Gon. And when Gon's doing this, there are no emotions. There is no passion. There is no determination. There's nothing. Just emptiness. And he's just bringing down the rock on the remnants of Neferpitu's skull. Sai Shogyu, Sai Shogyu, Sai Shogyu, Sai, and there's nothing. And he's staring at Gon. He's like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell's happening? And then he's trying to analyze what's going on here. And he realized that what Gon did is not similar to Biscuit. Because Biscuit, her Nen aura was maintained through her form change. But Gon, no. When Gon goes big mode, when he goes Hulk status, he gains an extraordinary amount of Nen. To the point where he can actually compete and kill a royal guard quite easily. So he realized, wait a second. What did Gon have to sacrifice? What did he have to give up in order to attain this level of Nen? It's very similar to a previous notion that if you go back to the Greed Island arc, that one black dude who has the power to seal Nen, the stronger the Nen is, the greater the burden he has to suffer when it comes to his sealing. This is the same premise. Because Gon had aged to a certain point in his life where he would have enough Nen to overwhelm someone Neferpitou, to be quote unquote on the same level as a royal, as the king himself, Meruem. The thing here is that when you're skipping decades in age like that, the sacrifice, the price that you must pay must be astronomical. So in his mind, Killua's probably thinking Gon's gonna die. Because you don't get that powerful without paying a hefty price. That's just the way it is. That's how Nen works. Alright? When it came to Kurapika, what happened to Kurapika? In order for him to actually have the power and indomitable power, when it came to taking out the Phantom Troop, he had to place one of the chains on his own heart. So if he used his Nen powers against a non-Phantom Troop member, he would die. So in his case, he had to pay a very hefty price, but the end result is immense power when it pertains to the Phantom Troop. Gon, very similar. And the thing here is that as Kill was realizing this, you can see the fear in his face. And what was even sadder was when you see Neferpitou, her body is now being controlled by one of her puppets. And the puppet actually became stronger after death for the sole purpose of taking out Gon. Also, a very similar notion previously, when it came to the Phantom Troop and their fears that if they killed Kurapika without removing his Nen upon Chrollo, that Nen upon Chrollo would get stronger. So We see this actually pass in the case of Neferpitou. Even though she's dead, her loyalty to the king and her desire to kill Gon for the sake of the king was so strong, was so definite, that she, even though she died, her Nen continues to act even though her head is completely gone. And the end result is her Nen being even more powerful. So Killua comes in there, is actually able to save Gon, and his arm gets ripped off. But what does Gon say? In a fraction of a second, Gon talks to Killua and explains how it's okay. I don't feel anything. Again, no passion, no emotions, just empty. I don't feel a damn thing. It's okay. I'm just like Kite. I'm like, whoa, dog. Oh. And that's why I didn't want my boy King Flo spoiling me. Because I'm like, shit. Because I forget some of this stuff. Damn. I was like, oh, I forgot. I forgot about that completely. Where this dude just tells him, yo, it's okay. I don't feel anything. In this case, I'm just like Kite. Because just how Kite had to sacrifice his arms to save Gon and Killua, in this case, I guess in Gon's mind, he's losing his arm in a similar fashion. And when he pins down Neferpitou, it's time to go to sleep. It's time to go night-night, nigga. Sideshow at you. I'm like, fuck. I mean, hey, maybe I'm getting soft at my age. I don't know. I'm only 24, but still. Maybe I'm getting soft at my age, but I felt something here, man. I felt something, man. I really did. Because it was just knowing that Killua, I really felt sad for Killua, I think, more or less. I felt sad for Gon. But I think I felt sadder for Killua. Because for Killua, this is his first friend. And he's watching his first friend literally giving up his life energy to attain a power greater than the Royal Guard. And knowing that the end result is going to be something so hefty where it may be permanent or death. And just seeing Killua trying his best to just stop it. And he can't stop it. Fuck. I felt sad for Gon. I felt really bad for Neferpitou. Even though she had the resolve. After that first initial sideshow of goo, she felt relieved. And that's really sad too, man. Neferpitou felt relieved that she was going to be the one who was going to die as opposed to the king. That's some insane loyalty. Alright? That really is. I'm relieved that I'm going to die because my king is still going to be alive. Because I know that this guy can't go on any further than this. And like you see her face, man. Oh, the face. The face, dude. The face, the cheekbones, the teeth missing. The eyes swollen. I'm like, fuck. Oh, my God. Animation was just absolutely phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. The pacing, they focused on this fight mainly. And they did show you a bit of Poof and what's going on there, but that's really, it's relevant to Neferpitou as well, because Poof is the one who is using his quote-unquote magic to manipulate Neferpitou. And that's also very sad too, because here we have Poof. He does this so Neferpitou can kill Gon. False. The complete opposite happens. The complete reverse. Gon kills Neferpitou. And he does this for the sake of his king. And the king doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Not only in this aspect, but also in the aspect of he lost his goddamn memory. Sad on so many layers, on so many levels of sadness. Jeez, man. And then you have the story progression where a royal guard is dead. Kite, if you were still thinking that he was alive somehow, or that he could still be saved, no, he's now confirmed dead. You have Gon, who may die, and listen, I'm just saying this because of the fact that we've seen series, like for example, alright, people want to argue this, but we can probably assume that Lelouch is dead from Code Geass, and when it comes to Death Note, we already know that Yagami's dead. So we've seen main characters die in anime and manga. It's not, it's not foreign to us. So Gon may be the same way. But at the same time, if he is alive, what is the burden he's gonna pay? And not only that, but we actually get a glimpse of what he may be in the future when it comes to a power standpoint, which is horrifying. And what I do want to say before I go, because this rating, automatic, yo, but I want to compare it to the Chairman of Terror versus Meruem fight. And this is where I'm going to see a lot of people, debate. The Chairman of Terror fight, that was more of like a warriors clash, alright? It was two dudes who had nothing but utmost respect for each other, okay? And even Chairman of Terror knew that he was going to go out. And in that fight, it symbolized not just individual desire and revenge and sadness, but Chairman of Terror represented humanity. And then Meruem represents the Chimera Ants. Right? Like these two species at their pinnacles clashing against one another. And the victory or the defeat of one or the other would be detrimental to the entire species, whether it be the human race or it be the Chimera Ants. So that fight meant a lot in the grand scheme of the world. Not only that, but again, it was a warrior's battle. Very similar, if I'm going to compare it to something, to like Hector and Achilles in Troy. All right, very similar to that. But in this case, in this episode, what we see here is a fight where on one side, like you have these overflowing emotions because of the rage of Gon, and at the same time, the overwhelming sadness. But at the same time, there are no emotions in his conquest of victory when it comes to killing Neferpitou. Where, again, you see him. He's coming down with the fist. Sai Shogyu. Nothing, bro. Just nothing. There are no emotions there. No passion. If anything, just sadness. And that's it. If anything at all. So, this fight is a lot more personal. It's a lot more heart-wrenching on both ends of the spectrum. On Neferpitu's side and on Gon's side. And then you have the third-party Killua watching his friend do this and fearing that his first friend is going to die as an end result. So, me personally, I think I prefer the Chairman of Terror Meruem fight. I'll be very honest, I do. I'm not saying that this fight is bad. It's not bad at all. It's very personal. It's very heart-wrenching. But I think that because the Chairman of Terror Meruem fight symbolizes a lot more in the grand scheme of their world, in the grand scheme of the meaning of their battle, whereas opposed to this fight, where you feel a lot for Gon, you feel a lot for Neferpitou, but when it comes to the grand scheme of things, not as big. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Overall, this episode I think was phenomenal. This gets a yo. That's the highest rating I give. Yo. Because I didn't cry, but I was like, fuck. Oh my god. Whoa. It's badass and you're stoked. And the adrenaline is pumping and you're fucking sweating. Oh my god, like right now it's 84 degrees where I live. Shit. And you're fucking sweating and you're pumped. But then you plummet right back down because it's so fucking sad. Like your emotions are just up and down like a damn heartbeat. Shit. This episode was a lot to take in, man. It really was. It was a lot. I can see debates on both ends, because I remember in the manga there were debates on both ends, and that was a while ago. That was when I first started doing YouTube videos. So now, when it's animated, debates on both ends are bound to happen. I mean, shit, I'm on that side, but I'm pretty sure that there are gonna be a lot of cats on this episode's side for sure. But I'm done. Well, I mean, like, no, there are no real sides. It's just a preference, I suppose, right? It's the preference of do you prefer the warrior-esque fight, or do you prefer the more personal-esque fight? Is it for the greater? Fuck it. Let me leave it at that. All right, I'm done. King Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day. Rest in peace, Neferpitou, and Gon. Hopefully, we see you in the future.